Hey everyone, it's Sappho. I'm at a suspension bridge here in Balboa Park in San Diego, California. It's been almost a month that I've been here, and I'm thinking soon it's time to move on. I have plans to attempt to make it in San Francisco, in 2 days for the new moon. And I really want to spend the new moon with one of my friends at this sort of hot spring situation. That's all I will say. I wanted to make a video on this bridge because it's just so cool. Just a quick view of it. Right. It's like bouncy. And I totally came here by accident. I was about to be doing Postmates, and I came across a Lime bike because I'm using the Lime bikes for Postmates. So I do pay to work a little bit, but like, don't we all? Anyway, the Lime bike I came across didn't work, and I was kind of upset. And then I moved on to the next bike. People are concerned about whether or not their conversation will be in the back of my video. That's fine. But anyways, my point is I got a little upset that the Lime bike wouldn't work, and then I decided to not be upset and just find the next one. And it led me to this bridge. Because there's like a Lime bike right over there. And this is why I decided to make a video entitled, Why Manifestation is Funny. Because it is. I can tell you many stories that happened just recently about why manifestation is funny. One good example is I went to Ralph's to buy bananas, and I bought 2 bananas that were like, mostly green, and they come in this sort of like brown Ralph's bag. It's like made of recycled plastic. When I got back to the hostel, I looked over the table where I was sitting before I left. I was actually giving somebody a reading there. And there was a bag, just like the bag that I had, that had 2 bananas in it. And I just found it strange that the 2 bags were like almost exactly identical in the way that they looked. And it's about attracting like similar vibrations into your life. I was on the phone with my mom yesterday, and I asked her to pull cards about what symbols I should follow for the day to find my ride to San Francisco. The Queen of Cups in reverse came up. I kind of thought, okay, that's funny, that's interesting. I wonder what this person might be like, because you think it's going to be a person, right? Just a block later, I was walking, and I saw this fire hydrant, and it had a crown on it that was upside down. And it was right outside this bar called it's called the King and Queen Bar, something like that. And I just kept seeing symbols that related to Queen of Cups all day long. I ran into a woman on the beach who was going through a kind of a tough situation, but she was wearing all blue. We were on the beach, just like in the Queen of Cups card. And she said that she's going to be going to San Francisco fairly soon. So I might be able to catch a ride with her. And either way, my point is, I ended up running into people who were manifestations of the cards that my mom pulled that morning, just yesterday. And I also met a girl who was the Princess of Wands. My mom pulled the Princess of Wands, and I met a girl who was a Sagittarius fire sign, walking around selling these like copper wands that she makes, and stuff like that just kept happening all day. So yeah, you can use the tarot for manifestation by like asking the tarot what signs to look for, what to follow. So it's kind of funny, right? I mean, the thing is, it'll lead you to places that you don't expect. Like, you have to expect the unexpected. That's part of it. You can't just be like, I want a hamburger, and then a hamburger falls from the sky. It would be no fun if it worked that way. But manifestation does work. It's a very strange mechanism. The idea is that like attracts like, but what the problem with that is a lot of people just don't know what they're like. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they are. So how do we know what we're attracting if we don't know what's in the depths of our subconscious? A lot of it's repressed. A lot of it's just kind of shoved down there. Do you know what I mean? For a while, I was manifesting, a lot of karmic cycles that were situations in my life that reflected, times in my past which were like traumatic for me. They reflected the same vibrational signature. Um, and being that everything's connected to everything and folds back in on itself. Generally, every vibration you send out will show up once again when it finishes going around the whole cycle, and that can take, and it could happen in an instant. It could take a lifetime. What you have to do, essentially, this is the part that's in your control, is you have to release resistance. Release resistance to manifesting the things in your life that make sense to you, that you want. But a lot of times when we don't manifest the things we want, there's a part of us that doesn't want it. So we'll manifest like a strange amalgamation of things that come from our subconscious, the conscious desire of the thing that we want, and then something else that's a bit deeper, like, oh, we might not manifest success because we don't want it. It might feel like too responsibility, might feel too scary. Yeah, I'm moving around a bit with this video because there's just like a lot of people walking. It's a very popular bridge. But yeah, we are suspended high above the ground. Anyway, I didn't plan to be here, but I love it. I love seeing things that are randomly like these like small spots, I guess, that you wouldn't necessarily think to go or know to go here. It's just a point on a map. You can't always get what you want with manifestation, and a lot of things will manifest in your life that happen as a result of potentially what your soul's attachments are in the ethers, what lies beyond the material realm. If you're attached to multiple lives at once, resolving that energy is complex. It's not as simple as making a vision board, or repeating mantras or affirmations of any kind. It's not as simple as sticking to a vegan diet. It's not as simple as being a spiritual person and understanding these concepts. It's a process. Every single day, you'll be working through more stuff. Like, what you are, too, is your emotions. So what emotions are included in the form that is you right now, whatever emotions you're holding on to, a lot of that needs to be purged if you want to attract experiences into your life that reflect, happier emotions. So if you have repressed sadness and grief, stuff like that, you may not necessarily be manifesting the experiences that you want, even if you're consciously working towards like being positive a lot. And I have a video called How to Do Positive Focus the Healthy Way, so you should go back and watch that. It's my very first video. Again, on releasing resistance. It's interesting. Sometimes I'll set up my tarot booth, and I won't get any readings until I decide to break down the booth. If I start breaking down the booth, people somehow all of a sudden gain an interest in having tarot readings, and then I'll get like 3 in a row or 5 in a row. And the resistance when I'm sitting there with the booth open is like, oh my god, my booth is open, and it's not good enough, or whatever. It might be like subconscious things I'm thinking, but when I give up and I like break down the booth, sometimes that opens up a gateway for energy to flow in, and then people want readings. It's crazy, but it's a dance. It's absolutely a dance, and you shouldn't feel bad if you're manifesting experiences that aren't like perfect, because it's all part of the learning experience. Some of it's for learning, some of it is just crazy, some of it's just to have the pure raw experience of it. Other stuff is totally synchronistic, or what you would expect, or what you did will your intention to bring into your universe. Almost like what I was talking about with me and my mom pulling cards, or when you do things like magic, when you practice the craft, And when you pray to your deities and ask for things, that's like setting an intention and willing the universe. You're also including energies beyond yourself to help manifest those things. So there's so many ways really to do this, and I feel it's all about programming the subconscious, as well as getting help from entities that exist beyond us, which are really a part of us since we're part of the whole. But I suppose I will save that concept for another video. It's quite a big one. So if you ever had any experiences in your life that were like manifestations and totally synchronistic, but were also just like kind of silly for whatever reason, like maybe something you didn't expect to work out that totally worked out, or just like, why do I keep seeing pigeons everywhere all the time? What happens when I follow the butterflies? All of these are very important questions that need to be asked. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll just say ciao for now.